Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. The side of tonight's men's basketball conference action between your Crimson Storm and the Henderson State Reddies. Hi, everyone. Luke McConnell here alongside Reed Roloffs, here for an exciting contest between the Crimson Storm and the Reddies. SNU coming in off a loss to Southern Arkansas on Saturday. Henderson State coming in having won 8 of 9 and off a big win over Southeastern on Saturday back in Arkadelphia. SNU 14-6, 8-4 in conference play. Henderson State 14-4 and tied for first with Southeastern at 9-3 in conference play. And Reed, home cooking has been the good thing for SNU this season, as SNU coming in having won their 6 home conference games by an average of 26 points per game.
Yeah, they perform really well at home as of late, and that's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to come in and play poor at home, so it's good to see them come in and play well. And let's hope they continue that tonight against Henderson, who's coming in really hot, as you said, who's won 8 of 9. But it should be a great game.
SNU coming into this game pretty banged up. Mo Wilson not going to play tonight. He is in street clothes tonight for the Crimson Storm. So a lot of shuffling going on in the starting lineup, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But of course, Reed, the big story tonight, Jonathan Dunn set to break the career scoring mark for the Crimson Storm. He sits just 7 points away from breaking the records held by Jeff Chance for nearly 40 years. And media in the house for this one. It should be a very exciting game and obviously a great accomplishment for Jonathan.
Yeah, just an unbelievable career he's had here at Southern Nazarene, and we're all but hoping that it happens tonight, and it should be a great, great game and a great individual accomplishment for him as well.
Running through the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Reddies of Henderson State. Number 0, senior guard Anthony Lapardis. 9.4 points per game, 2.8 rebounds. He's second in the conference in three-point shooting at 46.3%. Number 2, junior guard Chris Parker, 15.2 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game. That's 10th in the conference in scoring. Number 13, senior forward Mike Fofana, 9.8 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game. Number 24, senior guard Rel Johnson, 11.5 points per game and 2.9 rebounds per game. And in the middle, number 32, junior forward Raekwon Rogers, 10.3 points per game and 7.1 rebounds per game. He's second in the conference in field goal percentage at 58.1%. Switching it up here for the Crimson Storm. First up, number 3, senior guard Micah Spate, 19 points per game, 5.2 assists per game. He shoots 43.7% from deep and has 76 three-pointers this season, good for 3rd in the country. Number 10, freshman forward Mike Bauer, averaging 1.6 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game. Played great minutes against Southern Arkansas, 19 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds for the freshman from Rotterdam, Netherlands. He'll be counted on tonight with Mo Wilson out. Number 15, Carlin Kenner, freshman guard from Dallas, Texas, 3 points per game, 2 rebounds per game. One of the better defenders on this team. Getting his first start of the season, freshman forward Nick Davis. He wears number 21, 6'9" freshman from Arlington, 2 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. Had 5 points and 11 rebounds against Monticello, and had 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks against Southern Arkansas, playing an average of 24 minutes over those 2 games. And last but not least, number 25, senior guard Jonathan Dunn, 27.5 points per game this season. That's good for 3rd in the nation. He shoots 45% from 3. He's averaging nearly 6 rebounds per game as well. And is number 2 in the conference in makes behind his teammate Micah Spate, and number 7 in the country with 72 three-pointers made. It was a rough weekend last weekend for Dunn, just 11 of 36 from the field and 2 of 14 from three-point range. Coach Adam Bohach said after the game Saturday he felt Jonathan settled a little bit on some of those shots. And he played every minute last week along with Micah Spate. They've combined to do that 13 times this year. Of course, again, nothing like home court for the Crimson Storm, as Jonathan Dunn averages 30.5 points per game here at the Sawyer Center. this season. Reed, obviously Henderson State smacked the Crimson Storm around a little bit back on January 4th. 74-55 was the final there. Henderson State knocked down 16 three-pointers, a school record in that game, and held SNU to just 30.4% shooting from the field. What's SNU got to do tonight to right the ship against the Reddies?
Yeah, they really got it handed to them the first time these two teams played, and you'd like to see them make some adjustments on the defensive end and hold the three-point line down a little bit. But as you know, when teams play each other the second time around, a lot of times it's a whole different outcome, so we'll see here tonight.
Rogers wins the tip against Davis, and we are underway here at the Sawyer Center. Thanks for joining us. It's white-hot night in Bethany. As Parker holding on the right wing, shut down by Dunn there. They swing it around to Fofana, who dumps it down low to Rogers. Rogers against the freshman Davis. Goes through him. Left-hand shot off the glass is good. And Raekwon Rogers with a little flex as he comes down the court. Rogers might have a little bit of a weight advantage on Davis, but Davis equal to him in height. Lapardis drawing the assignment on Jonathan Dunn early. Bauer holding between the circles, gets it to Dunn on the right wing. Dunn goes by Lapardis, pulls up from 18 feet, and splashes it home. Jonathan Dunn hitting his first shot. An excellent start to this one for the Crimson Storm, and as good a sign as any for SNU as well.
Yeah, when you came in struggling off a tough weekend, it's great to see your first shot go in.
Rogers on the baseline against Davis. Instead kicks it back up top to Johnson, who reposts Rogers. He'll pull up from 15 and very long. Bauer has the rebound. Dunn with it. Working on Lapardis. He'll rise and fire for three. And hit it! Jonathan Dunn! 2 for 2 to start. And he needs just 2 for the record. Johnson, right wing guarded by Spate. Parker with Dunn trailing him. Kick out Lapardis. And Lapardis cut in, and that goes right into the hands of Tyler Williams on the SNU bench. So a quick turnover for the Reddies. As SNU leads 5-2, nearly 2 minutes gone by. And the next bucket will give Jonathan Dunn the record. Bauer between the circles. Finds Davis underneath. Pass goes through his hands. A little bit too hot there from Bauer. Parker all the way to the bucket. And he missed the layup. Fofana missed the offensive rebound. Has it ripped away by Dunn. And he's got it on the baseline. Great defense by Dunn on the Parker drive and on the Fofana offensive rebound. Dunn, right wing with Fofana on him. He stutter steps, pulls up for three, and the record, yes! Jonathan Dunn is the new all-time scoring leader in SNU history. Timeout, Henderson State. As the crowd comes to its feet as one here at the Sawyer Center. Jonathan Dunn knocks down his first 3 shots and gives himself 8 points and the new career scoring record.
What an unbelievable accomplishment for Jonathan Dunn, and what a better way to start this game.
The announcement from PA announcer Mark Brown, and the crowd has won a standing ovation here in Bethany as Jonathan Dunn has accomplished and knocked out a 40-some-year-old record, and there's the hug between him and Jeff Chance over on the sidelines. What a great moment here in Bethany. And with that, everything is settled, and we can get back to basketball. And you know Jonathan, one of the more humble guys out there, probably doesn't love the spotlight as it puts it too much on him and not his teammates. And Rel Johnson shut down by Kenner, and he traveled with it. And it's not only good for Dunn to get the record there, but good to see for him to see the ball go through the basket his first 3 shots. He's got all 8 as the Crimson Storm lead 8-2, 17-10 to go. Dunn doubled, nearly lost it, gets it to Bauer. He'll pull up for 3, missed it short. Good look there from Bauer, and Fofana has the rebound. Johnson steps into a deep three. No, fires it down to Rogers. Bumped by Davis, but he finishes through contact. Rogers with all 4 of Henderson's points. So it's Dunn 8, Rogers 4. 16:45 to go first half.
Davis is doing a nice job of putting his hands straight up, but he's a little bit too buried deep in there, and you got to hold him out there just a little bit farther.
Pass from Spate to Davis, nearly picked by Rogers. Spate has it, dumps it down low to Bauer. Kicks it back out top, Spate. Right wing 3 on the way. Short. Davis, offensive rebound, missed it. Bauer inside for the tip. He missed it, but he was fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul on Fofana. And Bauer to the line for 2 free throws. Bauer just 4 for 6 at the line this season. Knocks down the first. And Chris Owens checking in for Lapardis. Owens, the senior from McGehee, Arkansas, has been on a tear of late. 65.5% shooting his last 6 games. He's averaging 8.6 points per game and is 8th in the conference with 43% from deep. Bauer goes 2 for 2 at the line. Great start for the freshman as well. And SNU leads 10-4, 16:15 to go in the first half. Parker spinning on Dunn, goes behind the Rogers pick, shuffles it over to Rogers, across the lane, traveled, no call. Off the glass, no good. He comes up looking for the call on Davis. And Spate will bring it up into the front court. Directing traffic here. Kenner between the circles, guarded by Johnson. Spate behind the back dribble on Parker. Spins on Fofana, shovels it over to Davis, who wasn't quite ready for it, and fumbled it over to Rogers. Up ahead, Rel Johnson. Bumped by Kenner. And he gets the shot to go off the glass. And the foul coming up on the freshman Carlin Kenner, and that'll take us to our first timeout on the court. 15:41 to go here in the first half. SNU leading by 6, 10-4. We'll be back right after this on SNU's radio and video networks. Welcome back to a lively Sawyer Center here at Southern Nazarene University, where Jonathan Dunn has become the career scoring leader in SNU men's basketball history, eclipsing the mark held for over 40 years by Jeff Jantz. And he did it in style, Reed, knocking down a long three-pointer with a defender in his face. A quick start for him, 3 for 3 from the field and 8 points.
Yeah, if you've had the chance to watch Jonathan Dunn over these past few years, you know that's nothing special, nothing new that he hasn't done. And it is special, actually. And it's just a beautiful opportunity to get to watch this week in and week out.
Ashton Charles into the game for Mike Bauer. Rel Johnson at the line for 1 free throw to complete the 3-point play. He missed it short. Rebound tipped by Kenner. Booted around, saved on the sideline. Dunn keeps it in, but Owens comes away with it. Leaves it for the trailing Rogers. Blocked by Davis. He gets it back. Harassed by Davis and Charles, and he finally sends it back up top to Johnson. Wild sequence there. Johnson drives baseline, Euro steps around Kenner. Leaves it for Rogers, who goes through Davis to score, and the foul on Nick Davis. SNU having a little trouble on the defensive glass here early. Henderson State 10.5 offensive rebounds per game this season. That's 5th in the not play against Southern Arkansas after going out of the Monticello game with a left leg injury. He's back out there now. Guarded by Fofana. Kenner on the baseline. Now gets Fofana switched on to him. 8 on the shot clock is done behind the Mulkey pick. Between the legs on Rogers. Trying to create space. Spinning from the elbow. Fade away is short. And Rogers comes away with the rebound for Henderson State. Rogers dumps it down on the baseline to Fofana. Turnaround hook shot is good over Charles, and we're tied at 10. Spate will walk it up against Parker. It's a 6-0 burst for the Reddies. Reddies, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Number 2 in field goal percentage. Spate all the way to the basket, looking for contact, but gets it to go anyway. And SNU back on top. First bucket of the game for Micah Spate. Parker to Fofana on the right wing. Johnson now swings around Parker. Wide open for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Long rebound comes back out to Rel Johnson. Fofana holding up top. Now Parker on the right wing. Splits the double team all the way to the bucket. Looked for the lob for Rogers. It hit off the rim, but Rogers has it. Spins around Mulkey. Left-hand shot off the glass is good. Raekwon Rogers doing work inside. He's 4 for 8 from the field and has 8 points, along with 3 rebounds and 2 steals. Charles pushing tempo all the way to the bucket. Offensive foul as Charles ran right into Rogers, who had about 40 feet of time to set up in the lane. Not a smart play there by Charles, who's good to see him back in action, though, as it was kind of a deep leg bruise that kept him out of the Southern Arkansas game. Mass subs for Henderson State. Isaiah Davenport, Jeremiah Toney, Quan Marshall, and Tanner Hamilton in to join Chris Owens on the floor for the Reddies. Tied at 12, 13:25 to go here in the first half. Dunn nearly shot the passing lane. Instead, Owens holds between the circles. Behind the Toney pick. Now finds Toney on the baseline. He's got Mulkey on him. Bangs into him. Right-hand hook shot. Rattles around and out. Hamilton and Charles battle for the rebound. Charles has it, and a foul coming up on Tanner Hamilton on the push in the back with 13:07 to play. So a small athletic lineup on the court right now for Henderson State. Tyler Williams will check in for Carlin Kenner for SNU. No true center out there. Hamilton stands 6'10", but he is a long, lanky guy. More of a three-point threat than anything. Spate in the backcourt, and he'll work it up against minimal pressure from Marshall. Williams picked up his dribble, but nobody within feet of him for the 5-second call. Mulkey hands off to Spate. Left wing, the double comes. Now gets it over to Charles. 6 on the shot clock. Owens shot the passing lane. Charles got it back. Finds Dunn wide open in the corner for 3, and he got it. Hectic possession, but it ended up with a wide open Jonathan Dunn 3 anyway. And SNU back on top, 15-12. Davenport now to Marshall on the right wing, trying to enter it into Hamilton. Marshall, crossover on Spate, into the lane, left the layup short. Hamilton's tip, no good. Hamilton gets it back again, sends it back up to Owens. 3-pointer on the way, it's long. Toney boxes out Mulkey, but lost the ball. And Mulkey comes away with it as he hands to Spate. Terrific action here in the first 8 minutes. SNU leading 15-12. Luke McConnell Reed Roloffs here at the Sawyer Center, where we've already witnessed history tonight, and hopefully we witness an SNU win. Spate pulls up from a deep 3, missed it short, and Toney has the miss. Spate now 0 for 2 from deep. Davenport over to the left wing to Owens. Calling out the screen from Toney. He drives baseline, and he throws it away right to Micah Spate. Spate into the front court, flips it to Dunn, got Toney to fly by, step back 3-pointer on the way, and in and out. It was halfway down and spun out somehow, but the rebound goes off of Henderson State, and it will be SNU basketball when we come back. 11:28 to go first half. Crimson Storm leading early, 15-12. We'll be back after this on the SNU video and radio networks. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU leading 15-12, and Reed, SNU shooting 50% from the field. Jonathan Dunn already with 11 points on 3 of 4 shooting from three-point range. SNU doing a nice job holding Henderson State just 6 of 15 from the field thus far, but 5 offensive rebounds for the Reddies. SNU getting punished a little bit inside, 12-2 in the paint right now.
Yeah, despite being a little bit undersized, Henderson State has made it clear that they want to get the ball inside, and they've had a little bit of success there, so we'll see if that continues.
Mike Bauer back into the game for Brady Mulkey, so it's Spate, Williams, Dunn, Bauer, and Charles out there for SNU. Rel Johnson comes back in for Henderson State. Williams, top of the key, hits Spade off the curl. Three-pointer over Marshall is in and out, no good. Bauer offensive rebound, blocked by Tony, back up, and he's fouled. Mike Bauer doing excellent work inside. Bauer had a terrific game of 9 points against Minnesota Duluth in the second game of the season, had the tip in at the buzzer to force a second overtime in that game that SNU eventually lost, but has not played a lot since, and certainly a little bit lacking on the production side as well. He missed the first free throw, but still a promising freshman, had some excellent minutes in place of the injured Wilson on Saturday against Southern Arkansas. 19 minutes again, and he goes 1 for 2 there to push the SNU lead to 4 at 16-12. Davenport, right wing, checked by Williams. And that pass from Hamilton, stolen by Dunn. One-on-one, goes in around Hamilton and lays it in. Jonathan Dunn on fire early. He's already got 13 points. Hamilton has it ripped away by Williams, but it shuffled over to Davenport. And then Davenport trying to hit Tony on the baseline, who is sliding out toward the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Fofana and Rogers back in for Tony and Hamilton. So Henderson State goes big once again. Lapardis and Parker will also come back in for Marshall and Davenport. So starting lineup back out there for Henderson State. And Reed, I must say, everybody turned out real nice as far as the way they look tonight. There's a lot of really nice shoe game going on in this game tonight.
There is. That's a little extra bonus for us up here in the booth. We get to admire all the cool shoes, but.
And Rel Johnson commits the foul, reaching through Jonathan Dunn there. It's going to be his first and the 4th team foul on Henderson State. If my memory serves, it looks like Bauer's got new ones on. I don't know if those are new for Micah. Carlin Kenner definitely has some new ones. Those purple ones he's got on are pretty sweet. Charles, top of the key, pulls the trigger for 3. Off the iron, no good. Bauer tips the rebound, but had a hand on the shoulder, and he gets called for the foul. What are your thoughts on the mismatch shoes that Fofana has on?
You know, some people may not be a fan, but I actually enjoy it. I like them. I think it gives it a little new style, and, you know, we may see that as more time continues to roll as people like to kind of show themselves off. But
Lapardis has it deflected away, stolen by Dunn. Shovels it up ahead to Williams. He tracks it back out. One-on-one with Rogers, finds Dunn again. Now Spate will hold it. Kick in the corner, Williams. Rogers shut that down. Spate gives it right back to him. He'll pull the trigger for 3 and rattle it in. Tyler Williams with his first three-pointer of the past 3 games. Rogers going baseline on Bauer, spins, and Raekwon Rogers again into double figures with 10 points, having a field day inside thus far. Dunn on the left wing, guarded by Lapardis. Now Spate on the right wing in front of the Henderson bench. Behind the Williams screen. Now Dunn kicks it back out to Spate in the corner. Charles up with it for 3. It's just a little long, and Rogers has the miss. Johnson, lob up ahead to Fofana, and he missed the layup. Johnson, he'll pull the trigger for 3. In and out, no good, and Williams corrals the miss. Fofana is a 6'9", 225. From the looks of him, just an athletic freak. But inconsistency has plagued him in his 2 years at Henderson State. And missed that where he certainly probably should have just thrown that one down with authority. Spate working against Chris Parker, unable to get free. Bauer shut down. Spate will pull the trigger on another three. It's short with 2 on the shot clock. Lapardis has the miss. Spate now 0 for 4 from three-point range. Johnson bullies through Bauer and lays it in with the left hand, making it 21-16 SNU with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. Now 16-4. Henderson State leading points in the paint. Dunn, left wing. Checked by Lapardis. And he lost the basketball. Rogers has to go to the floor to save it, and he does to Parker. Quickly the other way. Steps inside the three-point line for the long two from 18 feet, and he splashes that one home. 3-point game, 21-18. 4 turnovers now for the Crimson Storm, 6 for Henderson State. Spate gives it to Williams. Williams did not play in the first game against Henderson State. Still recovering from his Jones fracture injury. Dunn, doubled, pass too high for Charles, and it goes out of bounds with 7:38 to go, and that'll take us to another timeout on the court. 21-18, SNU still leads, but Henderson State chipping away with a 6-0 run. We'll be back after this on the SNU video and radio networks. Welcome back to Bethany. SNU leading 21-18. But Reed 5 turnovers and a 2.5-minute scoreless drought for the Crimson Storm. They're one of their last 7 from three-point range. And Tyler Williams' three-pointer they only make in that stretch. Micah Spate 0 for 4 and Ashton Charles 0 for 2 from deep to start. And we're starting to see again how good Henderson State is on defense. Just really locking down the Crimson Storm right now, who are shooting 41% from the field.
Yeah, just by looking at them, you know they're well coached on the defensive end, and they've made things hard for just about everybody except Jonathan Dunn. And you'd like to see somebody else step up and carry a little bit of the scoring load, so we'll see how that ends up.
Rogers hands off to Parker. We get switched on to Davis. Good double team comes from Jonathan Dunn, and the steal. Dunn waits for traffic to clear, gives it to Spate in the corner. He's checked by Marshall. Marshall and Owens back in the game. Owens lost the headband in the process of being on the bench. Now Williams with it. Parker opting for the headband in this one. So headband on headband matchup as Williams and Parker reaching in the front. And the ball deflected a couple times between Owens and Dunn, and it eventually goes off of Dunn's foot out of bounds. So 3 straight possessions with turnovers for the Crimson Storm. 7:01 to play first half. SNU still leading 21-18 with the scoreless drought now pushing 3 minutes. Rogers working on Davis, has his pocket picked by Spate. Spate in the open court, kick in the corner. Williams fires up a three-pointer from there. Hits good. Great look from Spate and a nice job by Williams running to the corner as Spate was cut off in the lane. Tony hands off to Owens. He's got Williams on him. Now Parker with Dunn still drawing that defensive assignment to start the game. Marshall, he'll step into a wide open three-pointer and knock it down. Looked like a miscommunication there on the screen coverage between Davis and Spate. Marshall knocking down his first field goal of the night. It's 24-21. SNU leads. 6:10 to go first half. Williams. Now Bauer between the circles. Tony comes up to crowd him. Spate in the corner. Drives baseline. Skip pass along the baseline to Dunn. Kicks it back out. Bauer. 4 on the shot clock. He's going to have to hurry. It's ripped away over his head by Tony. And another turnover for SNU, their 7th. Marshall behind the Tony pick. Trying to create some space, unable to do so. Now Parker with Spade on him, gets into the lane. Floater over Davis is pure. 24-23 our score is Spade with a hard high dribble in frustration. 5.5 minutes to go. Williams behind the Davis pick, now goes away from it. Euro steps around Owens and lays it in. Tyler Williams with a beautiful move in the lane. He's got 8, and the Crimson Storm back up by 3. Parker in front of the SNU bench, uses the Tony pick, splits the double team and lost it. Williams one-on-one with Owens. He's got Dunn trailing, leaves it behind him. He goes in and lays it in. And a delay of game warning is going to be issued on Jonathan Dunn for slapping the ball back toward the stanchion. Never really understood the delay of game warning for trying to be helpful in that situation.
Yeah, right.
Does the official want to go run out to the three-point line to get it himself? He probably doesn't.
You know, he almost made it easier for them, but ref didn't like it, so I guess that's who is out here calling the play, so I guess we'll abide to them.
Williams and Bauer will take a seat. Manny Dixon and Carlin Kenner on the court now. Backdoor lob from Owens to Tony. He comes down with it in the lane. Blocked by Davis. Owens offensive rebound on the backside, and he lays it in. SNU getting hammered on the offensive glass right now. That's 7 offensive rebounds. 6 second chance points for the Reddies. Dixon picks up his dribble between the circles. Now gives to Davis. 13 on the shot clock as he hands to Spate. Spate, rip move, gets inside of Hamilton. Marshall ripped it away, but Dunn has it in the corner with 5. Drives baseline, 15-foot pull-up from there is off the mark, no good. Tony with a aggressive rebound there. His second. Parker all the way to the basket. Kick in the corner, Marshall. He'll pull the trigger for 3, splash. Con Marshall with his second three-pointer of the night, and we're tied up at 28. Marshall came into the game just 2 of 13 from deep. He's equaled his season total here in the first 16 minutes of the game. Spate holding between the circles. Use the screen from Nick Davis. Now Kenner with Owens on him. Davis hands to Spate, trying to create some space for a 3. Kenner gets Owens to fly by, steps inside for a 20-foot jump shot, no good. Offensive rebound fought for between Dixon and Davis, and neither comes up with it. Parker, transition three-pointer on the way is good. Timeout, Crimson Storm. As SNU struggling to get back in transition there as Parker knocks down the transition three-pointer. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll take it too. 3:17 to go first half. It's 31-28. Henderson State in the lead. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Bethany. Henderson State with their second lead of the game, 31-28. The first lead was just 2-0. And they have rolled off a 19-7 run to take the lead as SNU was up by 9 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Full court pressure applied here by the Reddies. Mike Fofana back in for Henderson State. Mike Bauer and Tyler Williams back in as well for SNU. Dunn with Marshall in his hip pocket. Fofana crowding Bauer between the circles as well. Dunn gets switched On to Fofana, gets it back from Bauer. Right up against the sideline. Crossover, goes baseline, steps around Hamilton. Finger roll is no good. Rebound fought for, and Hamilton has it. Quick outlet ahead to Parker, but SNU is back. Cross-court skip past Johnson. Blows by Williams to the basket. Blocked from behind, but a foul. Foul's going to go on Mike Bauer. That's his second. That'll send Rel Johnson to the line for 2 free throws.
Henderson State has definitely made an emphasis on getting to the rim. They don't want to sit out there and jack threes all day long. They'll take them if they're open, but they've definitely made it hard for SNU inside.
Henderson State also, as Johnson misses the first free throw, Henderson State just 24% from three-point range. And a lane violation is going to be called on Henderson State, so that wipes out the free throw make. Bauer will check out. Brady Mulkey back in for SNU. And Henderson State just 24% from three the past 3 games. 15 of 62. They're 3 of 6 tonight, with Quan Marshall equaling his season total, going 2 for 2. Williams holding left wing. Now Davis top of the key. Spate at the NCAA logo. Hits Williams in the corner. Williams working on Johnson. Now sends it back up top to Spate with 5 on the shot clock. Spate's going to have to hurry. Floater in the lane is off, no good. Rebound fought for, and Johnson has it. Quick baseball pass. Oh, what an interception by Spate. And Mulkey gets the pass from Spate. Now kicks it right wing, wide open. Williams, another 3. Tyler Williams, 3 for 3 from deep. He's got 11, and SNU knots the score back at 31.
Yeah, he's at his best when he's shooting the ball, and Spate did a great job of finding him, and he knocked it down.
Marshall behind the Hamilton pick. Spate sticking right with him. Parker goes by Dunn. Too hard off the glass, and Williams has the miss. Quickly up ahead to Spate, but Henderson State is back. Spate drives by Marshall. Whips it back out to Williams. Williams all the way to the bucket. Left-hand float over Hamilton. Off the rim and the backboard and in. Tyler Williams having himself a night. Rel Johnson steps into a 3 to answer. That's an air ball. And it goes out of bounds with 1:06 to play here in the first half. And SNU leading 33-31. Williams now with 13 points here in the first half. Some full court pressure applied by the Reddies. Mulkey gets it into Spate, and he'll bring it up. Big response here over the last 2 minutes by SNU. Get back on the high side as we're under a minute to play first half. Mulkey fumbled it but got it back. Now Williams, who's had the hot hand, and a foul going to be called on Quan Marshall, trying to contain Jonathan Dunn. 5th foul on the Reddies, 1st on Marshall. So a fresh 20 for SNU with 47.8 seconds to play in the half. Spate gets it into Davis. Oh, and he slips the screen and stuffs it as he goes down the baseline. What a big move by the freshman there. Davenport tries baseline. Reverse layup is short, and a foul is going to be called on Davis. Little ticky-tack on the contact. Well, that'll be the second on Davis with 34 seconds to play in the half. Reed, Williams, and Dunn a combined 11 of 15 for SNU. Everyone else is 2 for 12.
Yeah, coming out in the second half, you're going to want to find somebody else to hopefully pick up the scoring load, and also turn the ball over less. But it's been a competitive half to start, and I expect that to happen the rest of the game.
Charles checks back in for Davis, who sits down with those 2 fouls. Davenport just 61% at the line. Missed the second. Rebound is tipped out of bounds, they say by Rogers. It looked pretty clear that Mulkey got that one from, at least from our angle here. But either way, SNU basketball. Little under 3 seconds difference game to shot clock. As Spate holds up around midcourt. Now Dunn with it. Checked by Davenport. And he's fouled by Davenport on the arm. 13 seconds to go. So a fresh shot clock here for SNU. So SNU is going to get the last shot of the half now. Charles gets it into Dunn. 10 seconds. Dunn ISO'd on Davenport. Between the legs. Working. Cut off. Rises from the elbow. Missed it short. And that's how the half comes to an end. SNU rallies from a small deficit in the last 2 minutes and takes a 35-32 lead into the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half of action, plus a special presentation at halftime as well that we'll make sure we're tuned in for also. At half, it's SNU 35, Henderson State 32. We'll be back right after this on the SNU radio and video networks. SNU great Jeff Jantz being recognized at halftime here as Jonathan Dunn just broke his career scoring mark that had stood for quite some time. And Jonathan Dunn, again, now the new career scoring leader here at Southern Nazarene University. He got it on a three-pointer in the first few minutes of the game. And it's been a special night already and a tough first half both ways here for the Crimson Storm. Henderson State shooting 50% from the field. SNU countering with 46.4% and 6 of 14 from three-point range. But, Reed, it's been kind of a two-man show thus far. 28 points between Jonathan Dunn and Tyler Williams, and just 7 points amongst the rest of the roster. Micah Spate just 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting. Also, but he does have 3 assists and 3 steals. The best news for SNU is that Henderson State considerably not on pace to knock down 16 threes tonight.
Yeah, that's been the biggest difference from the first and second game is they've had more of an inside attack. But as you've said, it's been a really nice game from Tyler Williams thus far. Big spark off the bench. And, you expect Micah Spate to come back in the second half, and he did a nice job playing defense in the first half and setting his teammates up, but I have a feeling he's going to come out strong in the second half and put up some points.
One thing to note for Spate, just one turnover in that first half. He's had 13 turnovers over his previous 3 games, including 6 on Thursday night in Monticello. And just to showcase how good Micah Spate has been with the basketball this year, he had 14 turnovers in his previous 12 games. And Reed, even when his shot's not falling, he still has a massive impact on the game.
Yeah, he does. He came up with some big steals, and his eyes are always up looking to help his teammates. And it's just, even when you see him shooting, having a hard time shooting the ball, he's just resilient, and he's going to come out and have a great second half.
We'll run through halftime scores for you real quick. Actually, let's go ahead and do first half stats here again. SNU 46% from the field, 6 of 14 from three-point range, and 3 for 4 from the foul line. All of those coming courtesy of freshman Mike Bauer, who got the start tonight. Bauer 3 points and 4 rebounds as well. Dunn again, 15 points, 6 of 11 shooting, 3 of 4 from three-point range. And Williams, 13 points on 5 of 5 shooting and 3 of 3 from three-point range. Also has 2 steals. 2 points for Nick Davis and 2 points for Micah Spate, and that rounds out the scoring for SNU, which has 7 turnovers in the first half. 11 turnovers for Henderson State in the first half. SNU able to turn those into 14 points in the first 20 minutes, and right now that's the biggest difference in the game. Those 14 points off 11 turnovers, 6 points off of SNU, 7 turnovers for Henderson State. Raekwon Rogers, 10 points and 4 rebounds along with 2 steals for Henderson State. He has been a monster inside for Henderson State, which leads the paint scoring 20-12 here in the first half. Quan Marshall, 6 points, knocking down 2 3-pointers. Again, had made just 2 out of his 13 attempts coming into the season, or into the game for the season. So equaling that total. Chris Owens, just 2 points. Xavier Davenport, 1 point. 4 points for Rel Johnson, 7 points for Chris Parker, and 2 points for Mike Fofana for the Reddies, who shot 50% in that first half, 3 of 7 from 3, and just 1 of 5 from the foul line. Henderson State, 7 offensive rebounds in that first half, 6 second chance points. SNU, 4 offensive rebounds, 3 second chance points. And SNU, 8-7 edge in fast break points. 7 steals for the Crimson Storm, 3 from Spate, and then 2 each from Williams and Dunn, part of those 11 turnovers for the Reddies. Nobody in too much foul trouble. Davenport with 2 fouls, and 2 fouls each for Bauer and Davis. So SNU already a little thin at those 4 and 5 positions with Mo Wilson out tonight with an injury. Certainly something to watch inside as this game continues, with Raekwon Rogers having a big game thus far. Looking at scores around the conference, again wrapping up the women's side from earlier this evening. Oklahoma Baptist getting their first win in conference play tonight as they turn the tables on Ouachita with a 72-65 win over the Tigers there in Shawnee. It was Harding, 71-59 over Southeastern. Now 5 straight wins for the Bisons as they take down the Savage Storm, who have lost 2 straight. Northwestern 68 and Monticello 51. Monticello coming off an 80-30 win over Oklahoma Baptist on Saturday, and the Cotton Blossom shot just 37% tonight as Northwestern knocked down 12 three-pointers for the game. Southwestern was in a barn burner on Thursday night against Arkansas Tech in a 101-90 loss. They hit the century mark tonight with a 103-85 win over Southern Arkansas. 34 turnovers for Southern Arkansas tonight. Makaira Tramble, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 steals. Bethany Franks had 5 steals and 5 rebounds, but did not score in 24 minutes. 24 points for Tyra Aska, as well as 3 players for Southwestern had at least 5 steals. Arkansas Tech held off a very feisty East Central team tonight. East Central led by 8 at halftime, but Arkansas Tech comes back to win 81-78 behind 22 points from Kaylee Shipman. 5 for 5 from three-point range, and Shipman, the freshman, has done a tremendous job filling in for the injured Hannah Lyons and Jalea Oglesby as the season has gone along for the Golden Suns. On the men's side, Early in the second half, East Central all over Arkansas Tech, 53-38. Balanced scoring so far for East Central as they're 8 for 13 from three-point range. 16 points for Devontae Foster for Arkansas Tech. Halftime in Shawnee, it's Ouachita Baptist 32, Oklahoma Baptist 30. Trey Harris 10 points, Rashad Lewis 9 points for the Bison. Mid-second half, Southeastern predictably all over Harding, 72-42. Kevin Buckingham 25 points, Adam Dorsky a double-double, 11 points, 10 assists, and 16 points for Kellen Manick. Late first half in Weatherford, after a very, very long women's game, it's 18-12 Southwestern over Southern Arkansas. That's 5:16 to play in the first half. And at halftime in Alva, it's Monticello 35, Northwestern 31. Monticello looking to snap a 6-game losing streak. They were all by themselves in first place at 5-1 in conference a few weeks ago, and they have lost every game since. KJ Leisure, 14 points in the first half to lead the Weevils. Here at halftime, our score 35-32. SNU leading Henderson State. So after tonight's action on the women's side, Southeastern still up top. Just a game back is Arkansas Tech, Harding, and SNU at 9-4 each. Southwestern climbs up. Actually, these standings are very off. Anyway, SNU just a game back of Southeastern with the Savage Storm at 10-3. Tech, Harding, and SNU there at 9-4 each. So, Reed, as the teams begin to come out for the second half, what are we looking for the Crimson Storm to get back in the swing of things here against the Reddies?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a turnover kind of game in the first half. Both teams turning it over more than they normally do. And I look for whoever comes out with the ball and takes care of the ball has a great chance to win this game. Both played pretty well defensively, causing turnovers, but I think the best thing for Southern Nazarene to do is to get Micah Spate involved offensively and to continue to make shots hard for Henderson State.
We'll take a quick break, about 3.5 minutes before the start of the second half. We'll be back to get things started for the second 20 minutes right after this here on the SNU Video and Radio Networks. Welcome back to Bethany. Second half about to get underway here between Southern Nazarene and Henderson State. We've already witnessed history tonight as Jonathan Dunn became the career points scorer in SNU history, surpassing Jeff Jantz. So a very exciting night already, and not just exciting on that front, Reed. We obviously saw a fantastic game between the Henderson State and SNU women. So it could just be a very exciting night all the way around, as this game certainly shaping up to be close all the way down the stretch.
Yeah, this is not look at all like the game that happened earlier this year between these two teams. Way more evenly matched, and I'm looking forward to a very exciting second half.
Starting lineups back on the court for both teams. Bauer, Davis, Kenner, Spate, and Dunn for SNU. Rogers, Fofana, Johnson, Parker, and Lepardis out there for Henderson State. Spate has it, and we're underway. Thanks for joining us here on Crossover Radio Sports and the SNU Video Network. Luke McConnell here alongside Reed Roloffs. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Bauer, top of the key. Guarded closely by Fofana. Swings it to Kenner on the left wing. 10 on the shot clock. Davis up top. Hands back to Kenner. Kenner's going to have to make something happen. Gives it to Dunn with 5. In the lane. Bounce pass to Davis for the dunk. Good aggressive drive from Spate. Caused Rogers to commit. And Davis wide open for his second throwdown of the evening. Parker between the circles. Trying to direct traffic. Goes behind the Rogers pick. And Lepardis with it. Drives by Kenner. Kicks it back out. Parker chased off the line by Dunn. Long 2. In and out. No good. That's multiple shots on this basket to our left that have had shots go nearly 2/3 of the way down and rattle back out. Kenner guarded by Rel Johnson. The top of the key now hits Spate. Behind the back dribble on the baseline. Spinning. Nearly lost it. Now gets it back from Bauer with 4 on the shot clock. Spate gonna have to hurry. Bauer forces up the three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer. Hits the rim, but no good. Fofana coming the other way. Kick out Lepardis. Quick trigger for 3. It's good. Anthony Lepardis, his first shot of the night, goes down. Second in the conference in three-point shooting at 46.3%. And the lead is 2 once again, 37-35. Dunn right up against the sideline there. Drives by Lepardis all the way to the basket. Left-hand layup's no good, but a foul is going to be called on Lepardis. And Carlin Kenner coming up lame here. Not sure if he's holding his hip or thigh. And he'll go talk to trainer Travis Veach down on the SNU bench. Tyler Williams checking in for him. Dunn in the corner. Shake and bake on Lepardis. Splits the double between him and Rogers. Lost it, and it goes out of bounds off of Henderson State. So SNU will maintain possession here with 14 on the shot clock. Spate will try it again. Gets it into Bauer, cutting to the basket, ran into Rogers and lost the ball. Pass up ahead to Johnson, all the way to the bucket, and he lays it in over Dunn to knot the score up at 37. So SNU with the first bucket out of the half. Henderson State responds quickly with a 5-0 burst to push the game back into a tie. Spate behind a nice Davis pick. Floater in the lane is good over Fofana. Great pick by Nick Davis. Rel Johnson on the left wing, guarded by Spate. Now Fofana, shaking Bauer on the baseline. Back up top, deflected by Spate, and it goes out of bounds. Spate angry he did not put hands on that one and go the other way with it. Ashton Charles back in. Mike Bauer will take a seat. Parker between the circles, now drifts over to the Henderson bench and gives it up to Johnson. Rogers gives it back to Lepardis. Dumps it down low. Spate shot the passing lane. Deflects off of Johnson out of bounds. Johnson incredulous, but official gave him a look and will go the other way with it. 12th turnover for Henderson State. Spate walks it across the timeline. Guarded by Parker. The screen comes from Davis. Spate picks up his dribble. Now gets it back up wide to Dunn. Dunn looks for the handoff. Blows by. Fofana comes across. Knocks it away from Davis. Davis left-hand hook. And the lane is good. Good control by the freshman. Realizing he was alone and made a nice move and got the left-hand hook. He's got 6. Fofana gives it over to Rogers, who had Spade on him on the rotation, and Rogers scores easily. 2-point game again, 41-39 SNU, 16:24 to play. Very evenly matched contest thus far. Henderson State shooting 53%, SNU 50%. Spade, pull up from the left elbow is off the mark, no good. Davis swats it back out, and a foul is going to be called on Nick Davis. He can't believe it. The official kindly giving him an explanation instead of a T for that explanation. And Davis will check out and get an earful from Adam Bohach. Brady Mulkey into the game. That's the 3rd foul on Davis, first on the Crimson Storm. The official indicated a hook there. Davis fortunate that he didn't get the dreaded hook and hold technical. Fofana, the Euro step, missed the shot long off the back iron, and Jonathan Dunn high for the miss. His 2nd rebound of the game. Williams on the left wing in front of the SNU bench. Now Mulkey, top of the key. Hand off to Dunn. Double screen comes. Dunn tries to dump it down to Mulkey. Is deflected and intercepted. Parker up ahead finds Fofana. 1 dribble and a lay-in for Fofana. And we're tied at 41 again. 9th turnover for SNU. As Henderson has stayed right there. We're going to be in this one for a while. Spate, far extended right wing. Moves to the left side. Hits Williams, hiding behind the Mulkey pick. Didn't pull the trigger on that. Now 5 on the shot clock. Spate's going to have to hurry. Everyone high. Spate all the way to the bucket. High off the glass, and it rolls off, no good. Rogers sends Mulkey to the deck, going for the rebound. And Parker quickly up the head. Leaves it to the trailing Rogers, goes in for the left-hand jam. And the foul coming up on Ashton Charles, as Rogers had a full head of steam on that one, and he put it down with authority. And that'll take us to a timeout on the court. 14:52 to go. Henderson State in the lead, 43-41. We'll be right back after this on the SNU Video and Radio Networks. Welcome back. SNU trailing Henderson State 43-41. That last dunk by Raekwon Rogers, putting Henderson State back on top, and Rogers will be heading to the line for a free throw right after we get back from this. So SNU trailing once again. We've gone a little bit back and forth here in the second half. Rogers with 14 points tonight and gets the free throw to bounce home, giving him 15 for the evening.
Yeah, Rogers has certainly come to play tonight, and he was utilized a little more earlier in the first half, but showing he's not done yet with that last dunk.
Spate in the backcourt will walk it up against Parker. SNU running the weave up top. Spate behind the Mulkey pick. He gets it back from Mulkey. Fake the dive. Kick back out. Williams. Deep three on the way. His good. Tyler Williams 4 for 4 from deep, and Rogers took a shot. And he's holding his right eye. Not sure where the collision was. It looked like Jonathan Dunn has come up wincing a little bit as well, holding his head. But it looks like Rogers definitely the worse for wear here. The officials, I believe, are going to go to the monitor to look at it, but based on the two players' reaction, Dunn and Rogers just collided. Going for the basketball or just out on the perimeter. But Tyler Williams having a huge night tonight, 16 points. He's 6 for 6 from the field, and 4 of those are threes. So nothing malicious or anything, just a little collision. Rogers getting checked out by the Henderson State trainer. Dunn remaining on the court for SNU. Hamilton replaces Rogers, and Chris Owens also into the game for Henderson State. So Parker will bring it up for the Reddies. We're knotted up at 44. It's been nip and tuck throughout. Dunn nearly got that steal, but Owens corrals it. Owens driving right. Euro step over Dunn and got the floater to go. Chris Owens, his second field goal of the game. He's got 4. Henderson State back in front. Spate, a two-man trap in the backcourt. Bauer has it. As SNU gets it across the timeline and starts the offense with 20 on the clock. Williams holding against Lupartis. Now Spate, rise and fire, left wing for 3. Micah Spate knocking down his first deep one of the night. And SNU back on the high side, 47-46. 13:40 to go. Tony tried to kick it in the corner to Lupartis, deflected. And it goes out of bounds. I think Mulkey was the guy that got a piece of it, and the ball goes down the hallway. Good work by that fan in the corner to retrieve that one. Marshall checking in for Lupartis. Parker sends it up top to Marshall. Henderson State will go to work. Tony between the circles, gives it back to Parker. Behind the Hamilton pick. Parker now drives, has a wide open lane, lost the ball going up, and a foul is going to be called on Tyler Williams, I believe, for a bit of a grab. He can't believe it. And Parker will go to the line for 2 free throws, where he's an 83.8% foul shooter, which is good for 8th in the conference this season. Knocks down the first, tie us back up at 47, and one more coming. Missed the second. Offensive rebound, Tony in amongst the trees, lost the ball going up as he was blocked by Dunn and Bauer. Good job by those two just staying vertical. Had him hemmed in. Dunn driving baseline on Owens. Pump fake. Has to kick it back out to Bauer. Now Spate. He'll rise and fire over Marshall for another 3. Left it short. Owens has the miss. Tied at 47, 13 minutes to play. Two of the top teams in the conference. Marshall drives baseline. Reverse layup is no good. Bauer, strong rebound there by the freshman. And Spate will walk it up. Henderson State 9-3, tied with Southeastern for first place. SNU a game back at 8-4. Spate behind the screen of Mulkey. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Bauer tips the rebound, but Parker has it. 4-on-2 break. Parker kicks it out to Marshall, and he pulled up lame. And the pass goes out of bounds, and Marshall goes off down the hallway holding his left leg, and he slams the door in frustration. So that is now 2 players in this game that have gone down with left leg injuries of some sort. Carlin Kinner for SNU came up lame early here in the second half as well. Marshall trying to walk it off out in the hallway with the Henderson State trainer. Williams on the right wing, checked by Davenport. Behind the Mulkey pick. Now Bauer gives it back to Williams, top of the key. Drives by Davenport, all the way to the basket, lays it in. Looked like Bauer might have had his hand through the net there underneath the basket, so fortunate either he didn't or the officials just missed it. Either way, SNU up 49-47. Parker gives it to Hamilton. Hamilton drives in, runs over Micah Spate, offensive foul. And Spate gives Hamilton a look on the deck, and that'll take us to a timeout. 49-47, SNU leads with 11:45 to play. We'll have more action when we come back here on the SNU radio and video networks. Welcome back to Bethany. SNU leading by 2, 49-47 the score. Then nip and tuck here in the second half. Both teams 6 made field goals in the second half. Crimson Storm 2 made 3-pointers. Henderson State 2 for 3 at the foul line to go along with a 3-pointer of their own. And Reed, we just kind of what we expected here tonight between 2 of the best teams in the conference, with and SNU looking to get some payback for an embarrassing loss earlier this year.
Yeah, you had to think that they were not going to repeat that performance first time these 2 teams met, and it's been a really competitive fight so far, and I'm excited to see who's going to fight through in the end.
Williams will bring it up against Owens. Williams has been outstanding tonight. 18 points, 7 of 7 shooting. He'll pull the trigger for 3 and knock down another one. Tyler Williams, 5 for 5 from 3. He's got 21. Owens has it poked away from behind by Spade as he tried to drive the baseline. Rel Johnson will check back in for Parker with 11:21 to go. 52-47, SNU leads. Johnson inbounding on the baseline. Raekwon Rogers is back in as well. Owens' floater is good as he got in just inside of Jonathan Dunn. Double team comes in the backcourt, quickly up ahead to Bauer. He gets it across the timeline and hands to Dunn. Dunn will send it back out to Spate. He'll set up the offense with 15 on the shot clock. Dunn looking for the screen from Bauer. He gets it going left. Now sends it back over to Spate. Spate hesitation, gets by Owens. High off the glass is good with the left hand and the foul. See who they get on the foul here. It's going to be on Rel Johnson. It's his second, third team foul in the Reddies, just 3 on SNU as well. And Micah Spate to the line to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Spate left the free throw short, and Raekwon Rogers the rebound, his 5th. Johnson brings it across the timeline, swings it quickly to Owens on the left wing. Rogers going to work on Mulkey. Steps across the lane, left-hand shot is good. Spate missed on the swipe. Then a foul is going to be called in the backcourt on Fofana for a hold on Micah Spate. He says Micah wrapped him up, and they look at each other and share a little laugh, which means Micah probably did wrap him up a little bit. But either way, foul on Fofana, his second, fourth team foul on the Reddies. 10:20 to play. SNU leads by 3, 54-51. Williams working on Owens, drives right by him, steps around Rogers, goes down hard, but a foul coming up on Henderson State. It's going to be on Rogers. And his first 15 foul on the Reddies, and Tyler Williams to the line for free throws. His first trip to the line tonight. He's 7 for 10 at the line this season. Gets the first free throw to rattle home, and one more coming.
Williams has certainly been in attack mode tonight, has yet to miss a shot, and that's just what SNU needed off the bench, and let's hope he continues that all year long.
Tyler Williams continues his perfect night, 2 for 2 at the line there, and a 5-point game again. Davenport right wing. Now gives it to Owens. He's holding top of the key against Dunn. He's swinging in the corner to Fofana. Now Rogers on the blocks. In the lane, lost it, gets it back out to Fofana. Thought about a three, drives on Bauer, has it ripped away. Williams has it. Behind the back dribble to get free of Davenport. Leaves it for the trailing Spate. And he lost it out of bounds as he was going for the spin. Good defense there by Xavier Davenport, in the corner. A missed opportunity there for SNU. That'll take us to a timeout. Henderson State with the call, and that'll take us to a full timeout as well. 9:43 to go. SNU leading by 5, 56-51. We'll be back after this message on Crossover Radio Sports, your home for SNU basketball. Welcome back to Bethany. SNU holding a 5-point lead, 56-51 over Henderson State. Reddies basketball in the backcourt after that turnover by Spate. His second of the night, 10th for Crimson Storm. 16 turnovers for the Reddies tonight. So SNU's done a nice job on that end in particular, turning those 16 points into 21, or 16 turnovers into 21 points. This dude offsetting a 56% shooting performance for the Reddies. Davenport swings it across court to Fofana. Down on the block to Rogers. Had a wide open Rel Johnson on the other block and missed him. Instead, it's Fofana with 10 on the shot clock. Now Davenport. Checked by Williams. Goes all the way to the basket. Spate reaches in on Rogers. Gets the ball and gives it over to Williams. Great defensive play by Micah Spate. Big miss there by Rogers, who had Rel Johnson wide open on the block-to-block pass, but did not see him and did not get it to him. Dunn behind the Mulkey pick, has Rogers on him. Dunn has not scored here in the second half. Has it poked away by Rogers, and Rogers goes to the floor and gets it. And a timeout Oh, and a foul is going to be called on Jonathan Dunn. Grappling for the ball there. That's his first and the 4th team foul. And Dunn has not even taken a shot here in the second half. 6 of 11 for the game. Johnson coming off the pick from Fofana, gives it in the corner to Fofana, thought about the 3. Instead gives it up to Lapardis, back in the game with Parker. Lapardis, high hedge by Bauer. Parker now kicks it out to Johnson. 8 on the shot clock. Johnson turns the corner, leaves it off for Rogers, and he lays it in. Good dish from Rel Johnson. Raekwon Rogers. Johnson's got 4 assists tonight. Rogers now with 17 points. Dunn, trapped, now gives it to Williams out top. Drives by Johnson, and a foul coming up on Rel Johnson. That's going to be his 3rd, 6th team foul on the Reddies. So free throws starting with the next foul for Henderson State.
You'd have to think whoever goes on a run here is going to have a great chance to win the game. They've been so close back and forth the entire game. Someone's going to have to go on a run.
Spate inbounding on the baseline. Gives it to Williams on the curl. Lets Johnson fly by. Good cover by Parker. Spate wide open for 3 himself from the right wing, and he makes it good. 59-53, crossover by Fofana all the way to the basket. Tried to throw it down, missed it. Lapardis, the offensive rebound, swings it back out. Fofana wide open, he'll pull the trigger for 3 and rattle it home. Mike Fofana came into tonight 6 of 15 from 3, make it 7 of 16. And a big response there as Spate's 3 was giving SNU a little bit of momentum. Under 8 to go, 3-point game, 59-56. Williams gets it to Dunn, drives baseline on Lapardis, between the leg dribble. Creates space, steps through, 15-foot jumper is no good. Mike Bauer inside of Hamilton with the tip in. Good work by Bauer getting on the offensive glass. Lapardis behind the Fofana pick. Crossover on Davis. Pump fake. Goes over him. Missed the shot. Bauer another rebound. His 7th. And Spate will walk it up for the Crimson Storm. Rogers went out for Hamilton a minute ago trying to get the quick breather before the TV timeout. Spate will pull up right wing for 3. It's off the back iron. No good. Lapardis had the rebound, and a reach-in foul on Dunn will be his 2nd and will take us to that media timeout with 6:40 to play. SNU leads 61-56. We'll be right back after this on Crossover Radio Sports and the SNU Video Network. SNU leading 61-56 over Henderson State. 6:39 to go here in Bethany. It's been a tight tussle the entire way. SNU led by as many as 9 in the first half, 21-12 at the 10-minute mark. And Henderson State's biggest lead has been 3 here in the second half. The Henderson State basketball after Jonathan Dunn's 2nd foul is the 5th team foul on the Crimson Storm. Henderson State sitting on 6 team fouls. Both teams above 50% tonight from the field. And it has been just a great game both ways. Johnson gives it to Rogers on the roll. Now gives it back to Johnson. Johnson going baseline. Kick in the corner. Parker pulls the trigger for three. Missed it short. Rogers the offensive rebound, trying to create space. Good shutdown there by Davis. Lapardis gives it back to Rogers, who swings it quickly to Fofana. Johnson wanting a lob inside as he had Spade on him, and Fofana and Lapardis miscommunicate, and it goes into the scorer's bench for a turnover, the 18th turnover of the night for the Reddies. Spate will walk it up across the timeline with 6 minutes to play in this huge Great American Conference tilt. Spate enters it down low to Davis. One-on-one with Rogers, a freshman, backing down the junior. Denied. He'll give it back to Spate. Spate gives it back to him. Tried to go block to Dunn and threw it away. Fofana coming the other way with it. Fofana Euro steps around Bauer and traveled. Nice job by Bauer holding his ground and forcing the turnover. Again, the 19th for the Reddies. Tony will check out for Fofana. You got to love the thought process there by Davis, but with the smaller Lapardis on him, probably should have just taken it up and over him. Spate gives it to Dunn. Lapardis has drawn the assignment on Dunn most of the night. Dunn has not scored here in the second half. Some nifty dribbling. Trying to get free. Hits the cutting Davis. Floater off the glass. Too strong. Good look, but unable to capitalize. Johnson runs over Spate, and a blocking foul going to be called on Micah Spate, and that'll send Rel Johnson to the line for free throws with 5:07 to play.
Yeah, Spate was there, but at the last second he leaned a little bit, and the ref caught that and therefore resulted in a block.
So Johnson at the line for 2 free throws. He's 0 for 2 at the foul line tonight. 63% knocks down the first. Johnson's had a rough year, 38% from 3 a season ago, 26% this year. Still averaging 11.5 points per game. And he's got a team high 4 assists tonight. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. Bauer has his 8th rebound. 4-point game, 5 minutes to play. 61-57, SNU leads. Chris Owens at the scorer's table, set to check in. Spate, right wing. Talking with Dunn, now goes over to the left wing. Backdoor lob for Dunn, and he throws it down over Rogers! Oh, Jonathan Dunn on the rack attack! And a perfect pass from Spate. Parker spinning. Dunn staying right with him. Crossover dribble, he gets by him, bumped, leaves it for Tony, and he throws it away. Great defense there by Dunn. Good move by Parker, but Tony not ready for the hot pass, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover number 20 for Henderson State tonight.
If Henderson State loses this game, they're going to look back at all those turnovers and missed opportunities for points, and it's really going to be a killer for them.
Spate trying to get it in. Has to call timeout. It'll be a full timeout. So we will step aside for a moment. 4:28 to play. SNU up by 6. 63-57. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Bethany. SNU with the basketball in a 6-point lead, 63-57. Read that backdoor lob for Jonathan Dunn from Micah Spate, seemingly giving SNU a little bit of life as they force the turnover on the other end. And now a chance to make this a 3-possession game here with a bucket on this possession.
Yeah, big possession coming out of a timeout for SNU. You want to come out and execute on offense and as well on defense, but we'll see what they do.
SNU gets it into Mulkey quickly, and Spade, after a couple handoffs, ends up with it. So he'll bring it across the timeline against Parker. Goes behind the Bauer pick and drifts over in front of the SNU bench. Spade hiding behind Mulkey. Forced baseline by Rogers. Up top to Williams. 5 on the shot clock. Spade working on Owens, trying to get free. Step back, long 20-footer is an air ball. Under 4 minutes to play. 3:54 to go, 63-57 our score. SNU with the lead. They've led for most of the night, and unable to put Henderson State away just yet. Parker, found himself wide open for 3. Left it short, fortunately. And Lapardis the long rebound. Miscommunication on that screen coverage. Lapardis, free throw line jumper, short. Micah Spate the rebound. Some good looks there for Parker and Lapardis. And SNU fortunate. They came up empty. 3:20 to go. Spate behind the Mulkey pick to the right. Lobs in the corner to Bauer. Bauer picks up his dribble, sends it up top to Williams. Williams guarded by Lapardis, 8 on the shot clock. Williams pulls up top of the key for 3. It's well off to the right. Rebound fought for, controlled by Owens. Parker quickly into the front court, guarded by Dunn. Crossover move, gets around him. Scoop shot's too strong. Rogers' tip is no good. Rebound fought for. Rogers comes up with it. Leaning left-hander is no good. Bauer another rebound and a foul on Tony. Great work inside by Mike Bauer tonight in his first career start. That'll be the 7th team foul on the ready. So Mike Bauer to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. That's the first on Jeremiah Tony. He'll take a seat as Fofana and Johnson back in.
Yeah, Bauer has battled all night long down low, not only getting rebounds but playing tough defense as well.
Rattles in the first free throw to make it a 7-point game. And one more coming from Mike Bauer. And a lane violation coming up on Brady Mulkey. Free throw missed anyway. So 64-57, 2:49 to play. Again, nip and tuck throughout. All played within a 12-point window tonight. Fofana, left wing, guarded by Bauer. Dumps it down low to Rogers. Working on Mulkey. Across the lane, through contact, missed it, but a foul is going to be called on Jonathan Dunn. Or excuse me, they are going to get Mulkey. First foul, 7th team foul. So Rogers at the line for 2 free throws. Hits the first, one more coming. Rogers goes 1 for 2. Williams high for the carom. He gives it to Dunn, who walks it across the timeline, and he'll camp out between the circles. 2:30 to play. Dunn drives all the way to the bucket. Blocked by Rogers with a foul as he sent Dunn to the deck. The second foul on Raekwon Rogers, and Jonathan Dunn to the line for 2 free throws.
Team foul number 8. At the line for SNU, Jonathan Dunn. Dunn shooting 2.
Dunn knocks down the first. His first trip to the line tonight. He's got 18 points, but just 3 here in the second half. In and out on the second. Rogers has the miss. 7-point lead again. Johnson to Fofana. Down low, double team by Mulkey. Parker pulls the trigger for 3. It's short. Dunn and Rogers battle for it. And Rogers saves it inbounds to Johnson, who gets the layup, and a timeout called quickly by Henderson State.
Every time it looks like SNU is going to pull away, Henderson State has an answer. They've cut it to 5 here with a couple minutes remaining. Should be a great finish here.
SNU, again, we've seen Henderson State just kind of flex their defensive muscles throughout the game tonight. And they came in number 2 in field goal percentage defense, 38.9%. That's number 2 in the country, by the way. Obviously number 1 in the conference. And read SNU 50% for the night. Henderson State also shooting 50% tonight. And it's just been a great game, but SNU's found it a little bit tough to get good looks here as the second half has gone along.
Yeah, I think the big difference has been the points off of turnovers here. SNU is 9 points more than Henderson State off of turnovers, and I think that's a direct result of the score.
Williams tried to get it into Mulkey, knocked out of bounds by Tony. So Bauer will be the inbounder now. Gets it into Dunn in the corner. Double team comes, gets it across to Bauer. Finds Williams across the timeline. SNU will run some clock here with 20. Dunn, far extended wing against Owens. 12 on the shot clock as he blows by him. All the way to the bucket, blocked from behind, and a foul is going to be called. Going to be a bump from behind on Owens. Got a lot of ball up top, but a little bit of body down low. So Jonathan Dunn at the line for 2 free throws with 1:45 to play. SNU looking to hold on here and pick up a huge conference win. And it's Dunn's first free throw. High off the back iron and hits the iron again and falls through. One more for Dunn, and he knocks it down. Nick Davis back in for Brady Mulkey. So 1:45 to play. It's a 7-point lead for SNU. Parker will let it roll up the court here. Owens back outside to Parker. Johnson lobs it down low for Rogers, and he got it to go. Nearly left it short. Dunn in the corner along the sidelines. His stop caused Owens to go down and elicited some ooze from the crowd. The Spate will hold. Now Dunn. Working on Rel Johnson. Drives all the way inside. Bump from behind. No call. Johnson comes away with it. 5-point game. 1:10 to go. And Johnson just lost the dribble out of bounds in front of the Henderson State bench. An unforced error there. Mulkey back in for Davis.
It's kind of been the story for Henderson State. They've had a number of unforced errors and just too many turnovers. Tough to win games on the road when you turn over that many times.
Jeremiah Toney back in for Henderson State, giving them some more length and athleticism on the court. Bauer bounces it in the corner to Spate. He's double teamed. Gets it over to Mulkey. Hands to Williams. Shuffles it back to Spate. Williams will bring it across the timeline. Oh, behind the back dribble on Owens. That was nifty. Williams in front of the SNU bench. Parker hounding him, and a foul coming up on Chris Parker. So Tyler Williams to the line for 2 free throws now, as that's the 10th team foul. 54 seconds to play. And Williams looking to push this back to a 3-possession game with 2 makes. First one is up and good. Williams has been outstanding tonight. 24 points, 8 of 9 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3-point range. He's 3 for 3 from the foul line as well. Lupardis checking in for Owens. A little bit more offense on the court right now for Henderson, with Tanner Hamilton also out there. Williams goes 2 for 2. It's a 7-point lead, 69-62. Mulkey out, Nick Davis back in. 54 seconds to play. Parker letting it roll all the way to half court. He'll pick it up there. Behind the Hamilton pick, splits the defense all the way to the basket. Davis looked like he was vertical, but official on the baseline disagreed. That's his 4th. 8th team foul, so Parker to the line for 2 with 50 seconds to go. So only 4 seconds elapsed, and Parker an opportunity to get some points on the board without costing time, but he missed the first. Parker, an 84% foul shooter. A gift there for SNU. Henderson State, 5 of 13 from the foul line tonight. 70% as a team. One more coming for Parker. He rattles that one in, and Owens will check back in for Lupardis. Bauer trying to get it in, gets it into Mulkey, who's wrapped up and fouled violently by Tony. Came away with the ball. He and the bench thought it was clean, but nearly took Mulkey's head with it. So Brady Mulkey at the line. 6-point game, 48.7 seconds to go. Mulkey, 66.7% of the line. He's 8 for 12 this year. He's long on the first one. One more coming. Hamilton and Lupardis back in for Tony and Owens. Davis at the scores table for SNU, waiting on Mulkey to hit this one. Mulkey goes 1 for 2. Davis will come back in for defense.
Big free throw as that pushes it to a 3-possession game.
48.7 seconds to go. Spate pressuring Parker in the backcourt. Parker quickly tries to step through Bauer and Davis. Bauer with the block. Davis ties up Rogers. It'll keep it here with Henderson, but great defense there by the 2 freshmen inside. Bauer with the block, and then Davis with the tie-up. 22 on the shot clock, 39.5 seconds to go. Parker gets it into Lupardis. Up top to Hamilton. Thought about the 3. Instead, Lupardis, now Johnson with it, trying to drive. Hamilton with it. Pulls up over Williams for 3. It's no good. Rebound fought for. Rogers has it. Rogers drives all the way to the bucket. Poked away from behind by Spate. And it'll stay here after a quick look from the officials. Spate wanting a review. Officials making sure the clock's okay. So Henderson's going to inbound on the sideline, down on this left basket. Parker will be the inbounder. 18 on the shot clock, 23.3 on the game clock. Lupardis, quick trigger on the inbounds for 3, rattles it home. Timeout, Henderson. So a 4-point game with 20.9 seconds to play. Still a 2-possession game either way. Read all about hitting these final free throws, and certainly would be nice if you're SNU, get the ball in the hands of your 2 best free throw shooters, Spade or Dunn.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get the ball in bounds first of all. You don't want any turnovers off the inbound. And then also you need to knock down your free throws. A lot of times you can get turnover prone, or you can get rattled, but they're at home here, and you really want to see them knock them down.
10 fouls on Henderson State, so obviously 2 foul shots the rest of the way for SNU. Crimson Storm 12 of 16 tonight. Spate's actually 0 for 1. Mulkey's 1 for 2, Dunn 3 for 4, and Bauer 4 for 5. And Tyler Williams 4 for 4 in his career night. 25 points tonight for the senior transfer from Arkansas Fort Smith. And a big night for Williams. 5 for 6 from 3 after going 0 for 6 from 3 last weekend out in Southern Arkansas. Bauer will be the inbounder on the baseline. 20.9 seconds to play. Just need a clean inbounds. Possession arrow favors SNU. Bauer gets it into Spate, who found himself wide open. He's pushed from behind by Tony, and Micah Spate will go to the line with 18.5 seconds to go.
Great play design there from Coach Bohach. They had about the first 3 guys locked up, but left Spate wide open.
So Spate, 82.4% this season from the foul line. And he left the first one short. 3-point specialists back in, Lepardis and Hamilton. Nick Davis back in for defense. And 18.5 seconds to go. One more here for Micah Spate. And he gets that one to go. 5-point game, 71-66. Parker hustling up the front court. Shut down by Williams. Parker, pump fake, can't get it off. Lepardis all the way to the bucket. Too strong off the backboard, and a foul is going to be called on Davis. That's going to be his 5th. As Lepardis got into him a little bit. There was contact, and Lepardis went down, and the foul was called. 8.3 seconds to go. SNU still leading by 5, 71-66. Lepardis going to the line, a 90% free throw shooter this season. 19 of 21 coming into tonight's game. This will be his first trip to the line. And Henderson just 6 of 14 at the line as a team. Just 8.3 seconds to go. So Lepardis at the line for 2. And he's in and out on the first one. The 90% foul shooter misses the first. So one more coming here. He gets that one to go. Owens checking in for Lepardis. Bauer the inbounder once again. Gets it into Dunn. He's grabbed and fouled quickly. They're going to get Tony once more. It'll be his 4th. So Dunn to the line to push this to a 6-point game with 7.3 seconds to go. Dunn 20 points tonight on 7 of 14 shooting. He's 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Knocked down all 3 of those in the first half. Just 5 points here in the second half for Dunn. And he misses that one long. SNU a little uncharacteristic struggles at the line. 75% as a team, and Dunn 86.5% individually is 3rd in the conference. One more here for Jonathan. And he left it short. Rogers has it. Parker quickly up across the timeline. Johnson, right wing for 3. It's short. And that's all we have time for here in Bethany as the buzzer sounds and SNU comes up with a massive 71-67 win over Henderson State as they get back on the winning track after falling on the road Saturday at Southern Arkansas. And they will move to 9-4 in conference play. Henderson State drops to 9-4 in conference play as well. So a tie for second between those two teams behind East Central, which moved to 10-3 tonight with a win over Southeastern. And Reed, a extremely exciting night all the way around, from the women's game, from Jonathan Dunn setting the career scoring mark to this game here. Just a tremendous night here at the Sawyer Center.
Yeah, really two really good wins for SNU against Henderson State. Both really great games to watch, and SNU ended up on top of both, so you got to be happy about that.
Crimson Storm in the game, shooting 49% from the field, 10 of 23 from three-point range, and an uncharacteristic 13 of 20 from the foul line. They were crushed on the boards, 35-22, 15 offensive rebounds, leading to 14 second chance points for Henderson State. But SNU able to overcome that with 23 points off of 21 Henderson State turnovers. Henderson State with 13 points off of 14 SNU turnovers. And Reed, SNU did a much better job handling the defensive pressure of the Reddies than they did out in Arkadelphia.
Yeah, they sure did. Even in the first half, they turned it over a little bit too much, but in the second half, they came out composed and really got better shots offensively.
Henderson State 49.1% from the field for the game, 6 of 15 from three, and obviously a much different story than the 16 of 26 they went for in Arkadelphia as well. 7 of 16 from the foul line for the Reddies also. Individually for SNU, Tyler Williams leading the way for the Crimson Storm, 25 points, 8 of 9 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3, and a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. Reed, he was tremendous and gave us a glimpse of just how special he can be and how much of a lift that can provide SNU offensively down the stretch.
Yeah, he played nearly a perfect game tonight, just what SNU needed as they struggled a little bit offensively, as Spate had an uncharacteristic game shooting the ball, so he came up huge. And that's just what you need when some teammates are struggling. You need some to step up, and he did that exactly that tonight.
20 points for Jonathan Dunn, again becoming the all-time scoring leader here at Southern Nazarene. He hit that mark early in the first half. It was a fantastic scene, a standing ovation from this sold-out crowd here at the Sawyer Center. Just a really, really cool moment and a really cool scene for a really, really great guy.
Yeah, really incredible 4 years he's had here. I remember coming in as a freshman, watching him play. He sure didn't look like a freshman, and he's proved that he's gotten better every year, and hats off to him.
Individually for Henderson State, Raekwon Rogers a double-double, 20 points, 12 rebounds. Rel Johnson double figures with 11 points, also had a team-high 5 assists. 9 points for Chris Parker, 3 of 12 shooting, though, as SNU did a nice job containing him. 7 points for Mike Fofana, 7 points for Anthony Lapardis, 6 points each for Quan Marshall and Chris Owens off the bench, and just a single point for Xavier Davenport. Running through some of the final scores across the conference tonight. East Central over Arkansas Tech, 93-78. It was Ouachita Baptist getting a 64-62 win on the road in Shawnee. A big upset tonight. Allie Freeman and Trey Harris each with 15 points for the Tigers. They come to Bethany on Saturday, 3 o'clock tip time for the Crimson Storm and the Tigers as they look to bounce back from their loss to Ouachita out in Arkadelphia earlier this month. Southeastern all over Harding, 108-70. Kevin Buckingham, 32 points. Adam Dorsky, 18 and 10 assists for the Savage Storm. 2.5 minutes to go with Southern Arkansas leading Southwestern 55-53. And a final out in Alva as Monticello snaps a 6-game losing streak, taking down the Rangers 70-68. And Reed, the standings just stay bunched up, but clear that the top 3 teams, Henderson State, SNU, and Southeastern, and it's certainly seemed that way as the season has gone along, but the past few games have certainly dictated that as well, as we've kind of had a round-robin defeat as SNU's already beaten Southeastern once. Henderson State beat Southeastern. Now SNU's returned the favor on Henderson State. So a lot of basketball still to be played, but a lot of good basketball we're going to see down the stretch here.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun finish in the GAC. As you mentioned, those top 3 teams have all seemingly knocked each other off, but you know, it's going to be a great end of the season, and I can't wait to see what happens.
SNU obviously getting this win was huge, but also did it without Mo Wilson in the lineup tonight, out with a leg injury. And Ashton Charles, hampered by leg injury, didn't quite look like himself in that first half, did not even play in the second half Obviously, a big win for SNU in as far as just the depth that they had on their bench tonight.
Yeah, that's right. He did not play as many minutes in the second half as you like, and you always want to see guys healthy, and it's tough to see them not at full strength, but it is basketball, and bumps and bruises tend to happen every once in a while, so you really want to show up your depth, and SNU was able to do that tonight.
Carlin Kenner also went out early in the second half with a leg injury, and hopefully that won't be severe enough to keep him out of the lineup going forward, but certainly a tough bout of health recently for SNU, and really the whole season, starting right off the bat with Tyler Williams' injury and now dealing with injuries to Charles and Wilson and now Kenner. Hopefully SNU can get healthy and get back on the right track on that front. So, well, Reed, it was an exciting night, exciting game, and we'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll hear from Jonathan Dunn and Tyler Williams, as well as head coach Adam Bohach, and get their thoughts on tonight's game and looking ahead to Saturday against the Tigers. We'll be right back after this here on the SNU Radio and Video Networks. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU 71-67 win over Henderson State tonight. We're joined now by senior Jonathan Dunn, the new all-time career scoring leader here at SNU. And Jonathan, how special of a moment was that for you?
It was a good moment. It was a good moment. I'm glad my mother was here and my family. I'm glad to celebrate it with my teammates. Like, of course, I couldn't have done it without them in the past 4 years. It was a great moment to have that. Jeff Jansen's a wonderful guy on and off the court.
And talk about your relationship with him a little bit. You've been able to, get to know him. Obviously, Jeff's a big part of the program as a whole. Not just for his accolades as a player, but he's always around the program in general. Let's talk about that relationship with him and what that means to you.
It's a good relationship, man. Since I've known him, my freshman year, he said the first time he saw me, I was sleeping on the couch in the gym, and just that relationship that we built, him always constantly reminding me, shoot, and how, how to improve my game, things that he see on the court, and just overall being there for us and the team. Like, he's a great supporter, and I'm glad that we have him. I'm glad that he's able to support me and the team in whatever we do.
Have you felt any pressure this year as the accolades have piled up? And you've gotten closer to these different marks. Have you felt any pressure as those have gotten closer and closer?
No, not at all. I take it one game at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's something my dad's taught me. Just take it one game at a time and be ready for the next game. Right? You know what I'm saying? You think about it too far ahead, you're not going to be prepared for the next thing. And man, I'm speechless about it. It's really tough. It's really exciting, and I'm excited that it happened.
How big was it for you just individually to go ahead and get it out of the way in the first couple minutes? It looked like you came out gunning there. Just go ahead and take care of business and then move on.
Man, I really wasn't even thinking about it. As soon as the game started, I totally forgot about it, and then everybody erupted, and I was like, oh.
Guess I did it.
Yeah, I guess I did it, and I totally forgot about it. I was just trying to take what the defense gave me and help my team out the best way I can, because I knew eventually it would stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have to help them out in different ways.
Well, I'll stop making you feel uncomfortable. We'll talk about somebody besides you. How big of a win was this for you guys, especially with the way that you guys, kind of got smacked around a little bit there in Arkadelphia, to bounce back with a win over Henderson State on your home court? How big was that for you guys tonight?
It's a great win. We knew coming into the game, just from last time we played them, that they're a physical team. They scrappy, they hold you, they grab you, and they all do that. They do that for 40 minutes, and that's a scrappy team. And winning this game was big for our confidence and big for the team in general.
How big was this guy tonight to your right,
T.
Tyler
Will.
Williams? 25 points tonight for him. How big of a lift does he give you guys offensively and take the weight a little bit off of you and Micah?
Man, he's a big, like I said in the beginning, man. He lifts a lot of weight off us. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't have two guys on me and Micah the whole time when he's in the game. And he definitely stepped up tonight, and he definitely showed us what he can do on the court.
You guys showed a lot of toughness tonight, both from just the way you were able to get around Henderson's defense, but also from mental standpoint. You guys were pretty banged up coming into this game. You know, Mo didn't play, and then Ashton didn't even play in the second half. Carlin goes out in the second half, and you guys were still able to get a win. How big is that for you guys confidence-wise?
That's extremely big. You know what I'm saying? The people who got their names called, they showed when they stepped up. They showed that they can come up in any situation, and like Coach always said, be ready for whatever. Be ready for any situation that your name is called for, and they definitely showed out and showed how everybody's going to be able to play and how everybody's going to what we want them to do.
Jonathan, congratulations on a great win and a great accomplishment for you personally.
Thank you.
And we will see you again on Saturday.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get Tyler in here. Again, Tyler Williams, 25 points tonight, 8 of 9 from the field, 5 of 6 from the three-point line. And Tyler, congratulations on a big win for you guys tonight and a huge game for you, 25 points tonight. What has the journey been like this season for you?
It's been ups and downs. You know, in the beginning of the season, I was hurt, so I had a Jones fracture. I was out for 3 months, and then I came back January 16th. So this is my 5th game back now, so I'm starting to get a good feel for it.
What was it like sitting out those 14 games on the sidelines, just basically helpless, unable to do really anything? What was that like for you?
I mean, it was kind of sad because I love the game of basketball and I wasn't playing, but my teammates did a great job of playing good the first semester of the season and as well as following up then.
Have you ever gone through a long injury like that before in your career?
I haven't. This is my first time with a long injury.
Did you get more restless or more disappointed you couldn't get out there?
Restless kind of, but I'm glad I'm back out there with my teammates. It's fun.
How do you view your role on this team? Obviously, Jonathan and Micah have been having to carry a lot of the load. And now with you back, you're able to alleviate a little bit of that. How do you view your role on this team?
My role is just to do whatever I can to win. Score, rebound, steals, play defense, do a little bit of everything.
You guys came in a little bit banged up tonight, but had a lot of guys step up. Mike Bauer, 6 points, 8 rebounds. You had some good minutes there from Nick Davis as well. How big have those young guys been as they've grown and matured over the course of the season?
They're doing a really good job growing. They're starting to buy into the program and all of the defensive parts, so they're doing pretty good for freshmen.
How big of a win was this for you guys, especially since you guys kind of got popped a little bit in Arkadelphia? You didn't get to play in that game.
Right.
How big was this win for you guys going forward?
This was a great win. It's a statement win. They were number 1 in the conference, and we were 3rd, so this was a big win for us. And we got another one coming up that's big for Saturday.
Absolutely. Tyler, congratulations on a big win and a great game for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we will go ahead and get head coach Adam Bohach over here as well. As SNU polishing off the win, 71-67 over Henderson State. Coach, first and foremost, congrats on a big win. You guys had a lot going against you coming into this game, and just kind of maybe the mental block of having lost to them out in Arkadelphia, but you guys fought hard and were able to solve their defense quite well tonight.
Yeah, a lot of guys played well, Luke, and I thought a lot of guys did some good stuff.
Coming into the game with the kind of convoluted lineups that you were going to have to face, what was your thought process going into this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. You don't, what good does it do to complain or wonder or, talk about it even? It doesn't matter. It doesn't change it. The guys that are healthy and that are available are the guys that can play, and then they need to play well. And so we spent all of our energy talking about playing well, and I thought we did play hard at the beginning, and the moment was just a little too big not too big, but it feels different. I mean, we had a great set of officials. It's officiated like a conference championship type game or a conference tournament type game where you got to be a man. I mean, you're not going to get the little bumps, and it's just both ways. It was a wonderfully officiated ball game. And our freshmen their first time out there, we weren't ready for that. And then we had all the stuff going on with Jay, and I mean, now there's a guy who is ready for the moment, right? I mean, he jumps up and does it all right there at the beginning to get that out of the way, and that was super. But we never got back, and so they were still, right there. And we got our rears kicked on the backboards tonight. They were much more physical and tougher than us, and so we were lucky a couple of them fell out of bounds, and we got them that way. But a lot of different guys did good stuff. I thought Bauer grew up a bunch tonight. He's grown up a bunch, the last 3 or 4 weeks, which is a credit to him and his character to keep working. And I thought Carlin was off to a better start there the second half before he got hurt. And so, we'll see who's available after we get to practice tomorrow.
Tyler Williams, obviously sensational tonight as well with 25 points. How big is that for you guys going forward, and how great is it to have him back in the lineup on a consistent basis?
Yeah, the neat thing about Ty, Luke, is he wasn't happy with how he played last week, and boy, he put in a lot of extra work, and he's just trying to get back in shape. And there's a difference between being in good enough shape to be out there and then being good enough shape to do what you want to do and be able to execute some stuff. But I thought he showed some real glimpses. He can obviously really catch and shoot it, but he can pass the ball. He made a tremendous pass to Micah there for a big shot after he had driven the ball. He can drive the ball. He knows how to play. He's got to just keep growing and keep kind of dovetailing into how we want to play. And his character is allowing him to do that really quickly. And so I'm happy for Tyler tonight. He was awesome, and I'm thrilled that he was awesome.
In Arkadelphia, Henderson really limited you guys' looks at the basket, just 30% from the field tonight, just under 50% from the field. What did you guys do differently that allowed you to get some better looks at the basket?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We made some. We got off to a great start. We moved the ball better. We broke their defense down some. I thought we got into the paint a little bit more tonight, and Ty did that, and Micah did that, and then Jay did it there late to kind of finish it off. And maybe those things were, were a little better today than they were at Henderson.
Big game against Washita on Saturday. Another team that got your number on the road. Get the payback here on Saturday at home. What's going to be the key going into that game against the Tigers?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be very similar in terms of, really good, strong, two-way guys that can catch and shoot it and can put it on the floor and get to the rim and finish and can chase it on the old glass and then can get up underneath you and are extremely well coached to guard you. And so, it'll be interesting to see if we've grown at all, if we can have some maturity to enjoy this and be proud of this, learn from all the things we didn't do well, and then tomorrow have a good Friday, so then we could really enjoy this one by playing well again on Saturday. And that's something that we only have a few of them that have done that before, so we're still working on that.
Absolutely. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight, and we look forward to seeing you Saturday against Washita Baptist. Crimson Storm and the Tigers tangle at 3 o'clock here at the Sawyer Center. We'll have pregame for the women starting at 12:45 here on the SNU YouTube channel and Crossover Radio Sports. For everyone here at Crossover Radio Sports and SNU Athletics, this is Luke McConnell saying good night from the Sawyer Center.